Welcome to my workshop. Come into my workshop. This is where customers can personalize their cars 100%. Choose the shape of the grille, the size of the wheels, the finish of the seats, even the color of the brake calipers. With Federico, anything is possible as long as you pay the price. That's around 800 euros, just to change the colors. And for 10 times as much, Federico offers a carbon fiber option Formula 1 version. The standard steering wheel is aluminum, but you can choose carbon fiber. Here's an example of these diodes on the steering wheel. Carbon fiber can also be added to the door. The most expensive option is the body color. The customer can choose from 16 basic colors, but we also offer 10 optional colors, inspired by certain models from the 1950s and 1960s. Is it expensive? No, not really. 7,000 euros. On average, that makes a total of 11 euros or 12,000 euros in options per car. 12,000 euros. Ferrari options are the price of a small new car from the French manufacturer. This, too, is a very important option. It's the badge. 9 out of 10 customers want it.
Yes, that's normal. And in these times of economic crisis, it's very important for us to have no stock.
No stock, a prepaid car, a full order book 2 years in advance. That's the secret of Ferrari's good health. 2 billion euros in sales in 2008, an all-time record. The brand even has the luxury of never having advertised. According to Jacques Seguela, the famous French advertising executive, and we owe it to the genius of Enzo Ferrari.
Check it out if it blows your mind. So that's the Enzo. He's asked so big because he's understood all there is to know about unpaid advertising. Thanks to his Formula 1 and the beauty of his cars, he'll have all the press in the world giving him free publicity, whereas other manufacturers will pay a lot of money to make themselves known. And every time, he'll sign his name in this unmistakable red, which has nothing to do with St. Warren red, nothing to do with Coca-Cola red, but with the Ferrari red that bears his name so well, and that no one will ever be able to see.
Enzo Ferrari chose this red simply because it was the color imposed on Italian cars in pre-war international competitions. But by the end of the 1960s, reds were earning less, sales were stagnating, and, above all, production costs were exorbitant. As the economic crisis of the 1970s loomed, Enzo Ferrari decided to join forces with T.T.W and had a Fiat. The Italian automotive giant had made its fortune in a totally different niche, that of the popular, small, and inexpensive car, the famous Fiat 500. The marriage of extremes took place on June 21st, 1969. At the age of 71, Dale Commendatore, as he was known, decided to sell 50% of the company he created with his own hands. His son Piero, on the left in the photo, accompanied him that day.
Was it a sad day for your father?
Yes,
top of his creation, a company that puts so much energy into building is inevitably set. But on the other hand, production ceased to be a daily hobby. It was modified to a wonderful menu and ran the whole industrial side of things.
You think this safe, Ferrari?
Of course, it allowed the company to grow and go nuts. As for my boss, he was able to concentrate on working up jokes of automotive racing right up to the end of his life.
Is the Ferrari spirit over? Not at all. The alliance with Fiat enabled the company to weather the crisis. The Maranello assembly lines were modernized, and some models even gained unexpected fame, like the 308 made famous by a mustachio detective. In the Magnum series, it became a worldwide star. Thanks to Tom Selleck, more 308s have been sold than any other model since 1947. And yet it's not entirely a Ferrari. According to journalist Francis Monsignor, it's also a bit of a Fiat.
This can be seen in some of the accessories. You have here, for example, little joysticks, things or keys that you can find flat on the consoles, are little accessories that were bought from Fiat and therefore allowed us to make savings.
These savings were compensated for by technical inventions such as these retractable headlamps, which will make the 308 a must-have for people in a hurry.
On the freeway, it was great because people would see you coming in the rearview mirror, and if they didn't push off, you'd raise the headlights and become king of the world.
Use Head & Shoulders and get a mattress that's positively anti-got for good that are 100% debt-free down.
Feeling power is behind the wheel of a Ferrari, a feeling for which some enthusiasts are prepared to go to any length. Let's head for the Loop Vision Circuit in the Vienne region of France. Today is one of the biggest Ferrari gatherings of the year. Gone is the Dolce Vita style of rounded curves. Since the 1980s, it's been the descendants of the 308 that have been the stuff of dreams. Aggressive lines and protruding angles, a symbol of the money years. And the star of the day here is Joel Pierre. Remember, he's the owner of the Enzo. He came with his prestigious car.
It's the 288 GTO.
But that's not all.
Next, the F-40.
This enthusiast, ex-president of an IT company, treated himself to a Porsche covered in cylinders.
This is the 288 GTO. It's the one car capable of exceeding 300 kilometers per hour. It's what gave birth to the 2A supercar in history, which is the F-40. These are very mythical objects for brand because they're very rare cars. They're talking about the get over. For example, mine are for safety. And if you want to use it, there are more for safety.
Exceptional cars and several €100,000. But Joel Riviere has gone one step further. He's just bought this Formula One, a €2.5 million car, a one-off to triumph in a Grand Prix with Felipe Massa, the official driver of Scuderia Ferrari.
So I've been lucky enough to be able to drive and own this Formula One car for some time now. And we have the archetype of the best. In terms of technology, here's what it looks like with the paddles, the gears, and manual clutch. You'll understand much better why I bought this car when you hear it start. Because when it comes to starting and running, I can't think of anything noisier on it.
To hear this noise, it's not enough to buy the car.
And it doesn't stand for anything less.
To start up and prepare such a concentrated technology, you need a team of 10 people, mechanics especially flown in from Italy at Joel Riviere's expense. Cost of the weekend, 40,000 euros. That's the price to pay for the thrill of a few laps around the circuit. Today, Joel Riviere feels like he's part of the Ferrari legend, following in the footsteps of Fangio, Prost, and Schumacher. 16 Constructors World Championship titles, 209 Grand Prix victories, 15 Best Driver titles, including 7 from Michael Schumacher. A legacy like that inevitably puts the pressure on.
I'll tell you right now, it's a feeling of happiness to bring it all back. That's the 1A feeling.
And after these few laps, a little debriefing like in a real Grand Prix.
Is it like the championship?
Yes, it's looked like it's Canada Dry. It has the taste, the flavors, but it's not. But it's like
Formula One makes you green, just as it has always made Enzo Ferrari green. This passion for racing can be traced right down to his favorite restaurant, the Cavallino Inn, located just across the street from the factory. Today, it's still a restaurant, but also a museum for the glory of the former driver who became a national symbol in Italy. This restaurant was a bit like his two offices. Until his death, Illinois Commendator had his table reserved 7 days a week. Not in the restaurant's main dining room, but in a back room off limits to the public.
impossible to go and see. It's private.
We don't have to negotiate long to be shown the pride of the establishment.
Come along with me. This is the way he came. This is the Enzo Ferrari room. This is a private room. No one's allowed in here. He always sat here. When he came, he always wanted us to like this picture. It's a picture of old racing cars, like in Enzo Ferrari's day. So there was always this picture, and this one too. This is Enzo Ferrari racing. His favorite food was tomato gnocchi, tagliatelle, the simple things. He spent all his days here. He watched the Grand Prix on TV. He did everything from here. Everything.
The biggest contracts were signed in this room. It was also here that Enzo Ferrari, fleeing the hustle and bustle of the circuits, watched most of the races on TV, with its victories and its dramas. Like Niki Lauda's terrible accident at the German Grand Prix in 1976. Or, 6 years later, the death of Gilles Villeneuve at the Belgian Grand Prix. Enzo Ferrari lost several drivers. He also lost one of his two sons, Dino, to leukemia. A brilliant engineer, Dino was the heir apparent. Enzo never recovered. After his son's death, he never took off his dark glasses and gradually shut himself away. He died in 1988 at the age of 90. Since then, the saga has continued with the new president, Luca Di Montezemolo. And the myth is not about to end, especially as the company is doing all it can to keep it alive. It has created this rather special workshop in the Maranello factory.
So let's move over to the workshop.
Here, Roberto Baglietti renovates old carcasses entrusted to him by wealthy collectors.
They come from all over the world. This car comes from the United States. The 4-cylinder 500 TR you see comes from Austria. The 250 Tour de France comes from the United States.
How much does a complete restoration cost?
It depends, but let's say it stabilizes at around 250,000 euros home.
Roberto Baglietti has a small treasure trove at his disposal for restoring these cars.
So, where in our archives?
Carefully preserved thousands of microfilms.
And here you see the assembly sheet, and this is a drawing that was conceived in 1953. There, it's a handwritten notebook and the mechanics of the time put in overhauls after competition.
Since the 125S in 1947, the plans for each car, everything was recorded and archived on Enzo Ferrari's orders.
Gearbox, brakes, etc. So, I don't want to use an exaggerated term, but this is the Bible for us. In other words, these are invaluable documents that show all the parts that make up an entire vehicle. And all you see of all the models Ferrari has ever built.
Thanks to these archives, Roberto Baglietta is able to perform real miracles, like this one of a kind 250 coupe.
It was built in 1956, exhibited at Brussels Motor Show, and sold at that very time. Here's what you can see as a revision. It's as if the car left the factory in 1956. Exactly that.
Today, this little gem is estimated at €1,200,000, 6 times more than the last new Ferrari. Such a praise for these cars 50 years later, the only thing Enzo Ferrari didn't foresee.
The exploration of advanced technology in ancient Egypt invites us to reconsider the potential for lost technologies and the remarkable ingenuity of ancient civilizations. In this documentary, we will examine some of the most compelling cases of advanced ancient technology found in Egypt, delving into the evidence of sophisticated engineering, acoustics, and possibly even electricity. The Assyrian. The Assyrian, a monumental ancient structure in Abydos, approximately 350 miles south of the Great Pyramid of Giza, remains a subject of profound mystery and debate. Its architectural sophistication and unique characteristics have led some to speculate that it might be the product of a much older, advanced ancient civilization possessing technology far beyond what is traditionally attributed to the Egyptians of the pharaonic era. One of the first puzzles the Assyrian poses is its architectural design, which deviates significantly from the typical temple structure found in ancient Egypt. Unlike the linear, rectangular layout common to most Egyptian temples, the Assyrian features a complex, L-shaped configuration. This anomaly raises questions about the intentions behind its design and construction. Further complicating matters is the Assyrians' relationship with the temple of Seti I, as it appears to predate the latter, suggesting it was a significant site long before Seti I decided to build his temple adjacent to it. The sheer scale of the Assyrians is breathtaking. Massive rose-granite blocks, some weighing 100 tons, form the core of the structure. These colossal stones were quarried from Aswan, located a staggering 200 miles away. The logistical challenges involved in moving these massive blocks across such distances, only to be placed in a desert location several miles from the Nile, are monumental. The transportation and placement of these enormous blocks defy the capabilities attributed to ancient Egyptians. The question then arises, how were these gigantic stones moved and precisely placed without any known evidence of advanced machinery? The architecture of the Assyrian further fuels this enigma. The site, featuring a complex, double-layered roofing system and about a dozen chambers, showcases a level of architectural sophistication that seems out of reach for a civilization equipped with primitive tools. Such complexity, particularly with interlocking ridges and precision in stacking the massive blocks, suggests a level of engineering knowledge not typically associated with ancient Egypt.
The use of granite, a material far more challenging to work with than the more commonly used limestone, indicates a technological prowess that the ancient Egyptians, as far as historical records show, did not possess. Another mystery of the site is that it lacks any Egyptian hieroglyphs, arts, or artifacts. Absolutely nothing can link this site to the ancient Egyptians. All throughout the history of Egypt, temples and monuments built by the Egyptians